I missed the rip.
Welcome back to The Rip. I'm Mikey Reds.
I'm Billy Ruggs.
And we are keeping it real. Speaking of keeping it real, actually, let's not keep it real. Let's just be random this episode. We're going to be random, guys. Off the rip, we're going to be random. Yeah. And our first topic is casino infrastructure. I don't even know if I said that right. Yo, that's random, huh?
Okay, architect or whatever.
Now, I watched the video the other day about casinos and the things that they do to ensure that they're keeping people in their casino. They want to avoid people from leaving. They don't want people to leave, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
they just make them lose.
Yeah, because they want them to lose, bro.
Just make them keep losing. They'll keep coming back till they win.
Yeah, they're like, look, we're going to give them drinks well, first of all, I don't really go to a lot of casinos, yeah. but from what I've heard and seen is that they give, they have waitresses that walk around and they have alcohol and they're just like, hey, and it's all tips. Like, right. They're not charging you, so they just want you to tip them. So you feel like you're getting free beverages. You're there. Obviously, house wins most of the time, so you are losing. Sometimes you win. It's a little rat race, bro.
Yeah.
But what I thought was kind of incredible is and impressive is that casinos try to do everything they can to avoid 90-degree angles in their casinos. Like, if they try to avoid 90-degree angles in hallways, because the science behind it is that once you're going to make a right at a 90-degree angle in a hallway, your conscious mind is making a decision. I am going to make a full turn, make a right, and possibly leave.
Right.
So they avoid that. That's why a lot of them have curve pathways, because if it's a curve, your mind's not thinking about decisions. It's just going with the curve.
Dang, that's crazy.
But once it's the right angle hits, then I guess they said your subconscious mind tells your conscious mind not only to make that decision, but that it's probably time to leave also.
Right. Huh.
That's crazy, huh? They thought about the building,
right,
how to keep people from making decisions of leaving.
Yeah. That's crazy. Just like kind of like a maze, right? Like you just, instead of just zigzagging through feeling like you're, you need to find a way, it's all just smooth. Just let the plays guide you.
Yeah, like just go with the flow. That's weird.
But this is to get them, you think it's to get them to stay rather than leave, is what you're saying?
Yeah. Because if it's curved, they're going with the flow. It maybe feels a little more like circular, you're more comfortable. There's a lot more open space. But once you hit that curve, you're like, well, I've already decided to turn. I might as well just leave.
You think most casinos are like that?
I think so.
Like curved and rounded?
On the inside, yeah, I think so. And if you could try and think of the last time you were in a casino, like you went to Vegas and you stayed at a hotel and you walked through the casino.
Yeah, that's true.
It almost feels like, I don't know if you feel this way, it feels like there's so much open space. Like there's no real way to maneuver.
Right. And it's also like different walkways to everything. Like if I'm not, like, I got to be reading signs the whole time just to get where I'm going. Like, because you feel like you get lost even in there. That's true. I wonder if there's even a science behind that to be like, let's just get them lost in here. This pathway leads directly to this kind of machine. And if you go this way, it just stops at another place. And you just got to keep working around. That probably stops a lot of people into different types of games.
The only way for them to go anywhere is to follow what sign we've placed. So we're guiding them the entire time, consciously and subconsciously.
And that probably subconsciously tells your brain, like, just relax. And that way then they could just gamble all their money without thinking. Like, this casino's doing all the thinking for me. Let me just...
Bro, I've never thought about that before. That's insane, huh? Yeah, they're trying to get us.
You know what?
I don't gamble.
Yeah. You know what that makes me think of? Like, because everything's strategically placed for business in general. Like, all businesses in general have that in their own way. Like, I had also seen this thing, but this was like years ago. I don't know if it's still the same, because like McDonald's, for example. McDonald's now, they look super modern or whatever, but McDonald's is reasoning for their bright colors inside of their restaurants is to get people out of there. Like, they don't want it to be a comfortable place for you to eat at.
Really?
That's why if you notice, their booths are just like plastic, like hard plastic. And like their colors are like very off-putting. They're bright reds and yellows. Well, they used to be bright reds and yellows, and like it wasn't supposed to attract you to be in there. It was just kind of like get it and go.
Oh, they don't want you to be
wanted to just they just want you to keep coming in and out because they're fast food.
Wow.
So they don't want people to have the luxury of just sitting there because they're taking a space from other potential customers or whatever.
Makes a lot of sense.
And so even the color palettes that they choose, it's very specific to induce people to get out.
Dang, I never thought about. Hey, you know what? We talk about McDonald's so much. They need to sponsor us, bro. I
For
think almost every episode we
real.
talk
They got
about
the best
McDonald's.
Coca-Cola, and now that they're off-putting
Yeah,
with their.
I know that colors do things. You know, there's a lot of different colors that either make you feel comfortable and things like that. But I had never thought about McDonald's. That makes a lot of sense, and it's so true, man. The seats are so hard, like you can only endure for a meal. Like,
Yeah,
and
it's
you're
like-
just like, oh, I gotta go.
It's like being in the back of a cop car or something.
Oh yeah, what was that like, Billy?
I don't know. I've never been.
You never been in the back of a cop car?
I would just imagine that's what it'd be like. Have you?
Yeah, I have. I can't remember what it felt
Like in cuffs?
Yeah,
Yeah, I've never been in cuffs.
I did a cold 11 hours, bro.
In
I'll say
prison,
that- I'll save
in
that.
jail. Is it?
I'll
'Cause
save that
jail
for
and
another
prison
time.
is different, right?
Yeah, no, I never made it to county or to state or to prison or
So
to
it's
jail.
just called
I was just in a holding cell for a really bad decision that I made
nice.
11 years ago when I was a dumb kid. But
11 hours.
11 hours, bro. I earned my street cred.
Did it feel like longer than that? Or was it just
Most
like,
definitely. Yo, you want me to tell
because
you
you're in there
what
with
it
other
felt
criminals.
like? Okay, we're going to get into it.
Get into it.
Look, guys, I made a bad decision. I won't tell you what it was. But they got me. I just spent the night basically in the police station. And this is what they did. They took me in. They processed me. Right? You know, I have a lot of tattoos from my past. And so they took pictures and we did the whole little pose and stuff.
Wow.
They should have gave that to
There's
me.
a
so I could post
mugshot
it
out there
online.
somewhere.
Yeah. Give me
Wow,
my
that's
mugshot,
crazy.
guys.
Is it public record where you can like go in and if you wanted to find it, you probably could?
Maybe. You probably have to pay for it, though. I think public record, the information is probably public to a degree. I don't know if photos would be included, but like name and date of birth and stuff like that.
Somebody can find me his mugshot. Give you $10.
Hey, I'll give you another $10. Post it on the comments.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's horrible. No, but honestly, it was a horrible thing to experience. They put me in a holding cell with 30 other men, and some of them were weird, some of them were crazy, and others were just minding their business.
Do they let you like go out to the bathroom and stuff?
There's one toilet in the corner of the entire space. So if you got to go to
Like open? Like just the toilet just there in the middle of the
just
room?
in the middle of the room, bro, open.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
no,
in the corner of the room. Yeah.
no little stall walls, nothing. Just
Wow.
there, right there, connected to the wall, bro. And so if you have to go number 2, you got to go in front of everybody.
Damn, blow
And
it
I
up
had
for
to go
everybody.
I had to go so bad.
Did you use
like,
it?
I had like the bubble guts, like the Hershey squirts and
Nah.
everything. Did I use it? Not at all, bro. I held
man.
it until my stomach hurt and
How
then
do
it
you
went
even
away.
hold that? That's
It
wild.
was
Good
fear.
for you.
It was fear. Hey, you know when
Did you
dogs,
see other people use it?
You know when dogs go use a restroom outside on the grass, they
Mhm.
always kind of like look around because
Yeah.
it's like they're most vulnerable. I was not pooping in front of 30 dudes, bro.
Was there other people that did use it?
Not
I
that I
know.
saw, because I was there from like 2 a.m. to like 11 a.m. And by like 9, then they moved us to different little holding rooms, and there was only like 4 of us at a time. So I never saw anyone, but I wasn't looking. I was laying on a bench.
Dang.
They gave me like a little mattress to sleep on a bunk, but all the bunks were taken. And you had like dudes talking to themselves like while others were sleeping. And
My
it was
goodness,
just,
that's crazy.
nah, bro, I was not doing it, bro. And then this dude came up to me and was like, hey, because they brought us breakfast, which was trash. It was like cold potatoes with
Like mashed potatoes?
it was like almost mashed. It was like they didn't mash it right.
yeah.
So there's big old chunks in it, and it
yeah,
was
yeah.
cold, like grits.
Yeah.
And an orange
Ooh.
juice and a milk. And this cholo came up to me and was like, hey fool, I'll trade you my my milk for your orange juice, eh? And I was like, here man, you can have all of it. I don't even want it. And this other dude afterward was like, hey, don't ever do that again. He was like, if they ask you for something, don't give it to them, because once they realize they could take that from you, they're gonna take everything from you.
That's true.
And I was like, get me out of here. I'll never do it again. And
Yeah.
I've never went back.
That's crazy. Do they do that stuff? They actually give you one phone call? Is it like the movies? You get one call.
Did I get a
No.
call? Did I get a call? I think I did get a call. Well, in the holding cell, there's like a public phone where you can make a collect call.
Do you need
Yeah.
change for that, or you can just use it?
That's collect. So you do like 1-800-CALLATT. You never seen that commercial?
No.
When Mr. T with all the jewelry, he was like, call CALLATT.
Oh yeah. Huh?
So I called collect.
Who'd you call?
Can't tell you.
Wow.
Nah, the funny
that's
part
funny.
is that
That's
I
crazy.
only had the number for one person. I only memorized the number for one person. It was my mama.
Oh, wow.
Hey, how many phone numbers do you have memorized?
Maybe 10.
Really?
Yeah.
Who?
Just childhood friends, my family, my
And they still
mom,
have
my
the same
sister,
number?
my wife. Yep.
Wow.
Or maybe they've had the same number for like 8-10 years.
What's your
maybe
mom's
then.
number? Say it right now.
Yeah.
Everybody call his
calling
mama.
her. Yeah. I thought about it for a second. I was like, can I? I was like, oh, wait, no, I can't do that.
Yeah, you can. I mean, she just
Yeah.
get a lot of love. And
Yeah,
encouragement. Nah, but yeah, anyway, please don't ever make any stupid decisions that'll lead you in that place. It's not worth it. It's actually really terrifying. But yeah.
But I was thinking, circling back to what we were talking about, because I was looking at your shirt. You know, Disneyland also does that too. They throw smells in there. Have you heard of that? They throw
do?
smells in there to make you want to stay there, like to make you feel like, you know, like people are like, oh, this smells like this place. Well, Disneyland, like on purpose, like has like, they have like little vents all along through like that main street where all the stores are at. And they'll throw scents out, like it smells like popcorn, or it'll smell like different things to kind of get you into the mood of like buying and like feeling the vibe of Disneyland. It makes you want to purchase. It makes you want to buy Disney stuff. Like they have all of that. And so that kind of just pushes people to kind of just go and do that.
I
So
believe that. Well, I think a lot of places do that. Look at fast food restaurants. When you're driving down the street and your windows are down, you get oh, that smells like In-N-Out. It's like,
but that's their food cooking.
but it's like women who wear perfume. Once you get the little scent, you're like, interesting.
Okay,
I think I might be interested. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, we've gone to, you know, Cancun, and then there's like a resort called Riviera Maya, and my sister actually just went and she brought back, like they sell the smell of their hotel bottled.
Wow.
Yeah, and she brought back some because they're like, oh, I wanted to smell like my hotel, like my resort at home.
Oh my goodness.
And so she brought my wife one, and my wife was like, yes, because there's certain smells that I'm like, oh, I feel like I'm in Cancun, and I was like, I need one of those bottles. And so she brought her back like a little mini one, because they said they were sold out of the regular size one, just of the smell of the resort.
That's
too.
Genius.
On
behalf of the resort. That is genius.
So my sister was like, I sprayed it on my bath towels in my guest bathroom, and it still smells like Cancun in there. I was like, huh. It's like, it's funny how those smells, connect to certain places.
I love that. We talked about that like 2 episodes ago too. We should get a smell for the studio.
Yeah.
Let's get a smell.
Something that was like nostalgic.
Yeah, like basketball musk, you know? Yeah, like a musky jersey.
It's just armpits.
Well, I just thought that because you're wearing a jersey, and from here, it might be a little musky, bro.
Go Bills.
You didn't put no deodorant on or what?
Yeah, it did.
Where are the Bills from again?
Buffalo.
Wherever that's from. Going back to my shirt. I just wanted to do.
I want to go back to Disneyland.
I know. I haven't even been with my wife ever.
Dang.
We need to go for sure. Take the baby.
When's the last time you went?
Probably like 4 years ago. Before I met my wife.
So you enjoyed it before you even got married, huh?
Oh,
wow,
yeah. It was
shady.
cool. We did park hopper. But going back to my shirt, I want to go ahead and shout out the company that I got the shirt from. This is a vintage shirt. I forgot what year it was originally made and sold. I got it from, you can follow them on Instagram, Vibes and Vintage Clothing. Yeah, go ahead and check them out. He thrifts, and I think him and his girlfriend, and they find like all these old vintage clothes.
So even the embroidery on that is vintage? Like he didn't add that to a vintage shirt?
No, everything is just it's
that's
original.
Fire.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. So I don't know, 1970 or 80 or something, but I got it because I wanted to fit in with the cool kids. But yeah, Vibes and Vintage Clothing.
That's cool, man.
So we were talking about the whole psychology of influence through casinos and McDonald's colorways and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Sticking to that idea or that concept of the mind.
I was just thinking about, you said psychology, and I'm thinking like right off the bat, to me, like I just think of intrusive thoughts and stuff like that. And like, have you ever had any of those?
Yeah, bro. Intrusive thoughts. You want me to go first? All right. This is gonna be weird, and I'm sure we all have them, and I'm sure there are different levels and degrees.
Yeah.
You ever been driving on a freeway and you're listening to music, you're just chilling, you're vibing, and you're like, I wonder what would happen if I just drive off the freeway and into cars that are coming the other direction. Sometimes I think about that. Like, I wonder what that would be like.
Wow.
Yeah, that's an intrusive thought.
You know which ones I think about on the highway? Like those trucks that have cars on them. I just want to just like ride onto one of them and just see like what would happen.
Like Fast and Furious.
Fast and Furious style. Just see what would happen if I just take off on one of those.
I'm the opposite. I see those and I wonder if the cars are gonna come off and slam on top of my car.
But have you ever seen an empty one? Just cruising down, and those are the ones that you're like, I just want to get out. And then I always like try to I analyze it too, and I break it down, and I'm like, I probably wouldn't even get the first wheels on that because my bumper would probably just hit like the edges of the front, and I would just be stuck.
Technical about it. You're like, no, I'm
like, yep, that definitely wouldn't happen in movies because this and this, and it just doesn't end up happening.
What other kinds of intrusive thoughts? We don't have to go too dark because we're a clean podcast, but what else
I don't know if I've had any just crazy ones like that. Like,
no. Sometimes I think about like crossing the street and getting hit by a car, stuff like that. Yeah, like just little things. I'd just be walking and something will pop up and be like, oh man, what if I just got hit right now? That'd be crazy.
I've thought about it the other way around. Like, what if I'm just driving and someone just pops out
and
boom,
50 points.
Yeah.
Yeah, get me 100 points.
I always do that with my wife. I'm like, she's like, oh, careful, there's somebody there. I was like, come on, that would have been 5 points right there.
5? Damn, that's what he's worth?
Yeah, it was something, Yeah, there's a lot of things that I freak out about when I see a lot of things happen. I'm like, man, this if it wasn't me, probably somebody else would have done it, where somebody's walking and crossing the street with their dog. They're like walking and cross the street, but then they cross first. And I hate those kind of people.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, you're dragging your doggy around. Somebody that's riding a high car and they don't see the doggy. As soon as they see you get on the sidewalk, they're taking off. And your dog's right behind you. Yep. Like, walk your dog in front of you or next to you, so that or get them on the sidewalk first or something, so that way you're not dragging a dog behind and somebody doesn't see him.
That's
and then
so true. Yeah, I hate that, bro.
Crazy.
I'm bothered by people who don't pay attention, who are on their phones. Like, I saw a YouTube video. I think it was like in China. They had a compilation of people who were crossing the street on their phone and getting hit by cars.
I've seen that. I haven't seen the compilation, but I've seen that happens a lot over there.
A lot.
Yeah. You just trust people too much.
And plus, there's like
for
2
no
billion
reason
of them out there, so your chances are a lot higher.
Right. But I think in general, right, like the subconscious mind I think is the same thing. You see a crosswalk, you see the walk sign, you just take off. You're like, you can't trust people that how do you do that? Like, just look first to see that make sure every car stopped at the actual crosswalk before you go, because you can never trust people too much nowadays, man. It's crazy.
Yo, when I'm crossing the street, I even look at the people who are inside of every first car that are right there along the line. Like, I don't know why, I just look at them like,
make sure that you got me. Like,
like, yo, you aware? Okay, cool, thanks, man.
I'm here, yeah.
Throw up a hand like,
exactly.
Don't kill me, thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
and you do that the stranger like you wouldn't do like like to friends.
No, it's not a what's up. It's a
God bless. God bless.
Vaya con Dios.
Yeah, the other thing I don't like is when there's a car that wants to make a left in front of you in traffic, like in the middle of traffic. I hate stopping, because if I stop, he's gonna trust that the rest of the line stop. Have you ever got that?
Yeah.
And then that's how they get T-boned, because his other car in this lane didn't see him.
Exactly.
And then so I'm like, so half the time I'll be like, sorry, I know you want to cross, but I can't.
I've been
just
in
more
an
for them
like that, bro. Where we were trying to make a left. I was in the passenger, and a coworker a long time ago was giving me a ride home, and we had to cross 3 lanes, like make a left to go into a driveway of like a store. And the first 2 lanes stopped, and we're like, oh, okay, thanks, guys. Boom, boom, boom. And the third one was flying and didn't see us and T-boned me on my right side.
Dang.
Yeah, that's a real thing.
Did you get hurt?
No, I'm a boss, bro. Car not gonna hurt me, dude. Superman. I didn't get hurt because I think I pulled my body like away from the hit. Yeah. And so I didn't really feel it that much. But
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Have you ever been in any like bad car accidents?
I've been in an accident on Thanksgiving, like 9 or 10 years ago. It was raining on Van Nuys, and it was my fault. I was on my phone. And Van Nuys is very like stop and go. Yeah. So I was on my phone. No, I think I was changing the radio station. I don't remember. But I saw that the cars like started driving. And because I was distracted, I didn't realize that they had braked. So I hit the gas like, all right, cool, let's go. And by the time I looked up, they were all stopped. I said, whew, and I tried to avoid them. And I hit the corner. My Toyota Camry hit the corner of a Toyota Corolla. And my Camry was done. The whole front was in.
That was hard.
And the Corolla had a scratch, bro. A small scratch. I think I hit the perfect metallic, bumper thing or something. Yeah.
A little frame.
I was like, dude, they felt bad for me. They were like, yo, we don't even need to go through insurance, man. Look at your car. My car's fine.
Get your car fixed.
Yeah. And my uncle did it for $500. So it was cool.
That's good though. I mean,
Yeah.
going through the insurance for one of their little scratches, just because if it was anybody else, it would have just been like, nah, we're gonna get this fixed, and then you would have been
Exactly.
screwed out of even more.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only one.
Yeah. You?
Good for you. I've been in a few.
Oh, bad driver or what?
Couple of them were, yeah. So a couple of them were technically my fault, but not my fault. And let me explain why. I know everybody says this, but it really was. So, well, first one, it wasn't our fault. I was in middle school, and my mom was driving me to take me off. And on Kester, there's a small street that doesn't have a turn lane. You just got to be on that left lane to turn. And the intersection's opened up there, so you can kind of turn into the small street going into the middle school, whatever. People do it all the time. But yeah, we were stopping there, ready to make a left in traffic, blah, blah. We're just chilling. And then I guess there was a little car. It was, my mom has a RAV4, and it was a little car. It was like a little Mazda looking thing, like a little hatchback. And I'm guessing there was an intersection right behind us. And I guess that guy took the red light or something and didn't see us, and he just slammed right into my mom's like the back of my car, and it just like sunk the whole back.
Yeah.
And he's just pretty much stuck there, and it wasn't even his car; it was his brother's car or something like that, or his friend's car. He didn't even have papers or anything. No, that one, I said that one wasn't my fault. Yeah, that first one wasn't our fault. But crazy part was that my mom had just taken my sister to high school. I dropped her off, and she was in the front seat. And that day, I was just kind of like, I'm gonna jump in the front seat. So like mid car ride, I just like crawled through and I just went in the front seat. And if I had gone in the back seat, like I checked the back seat, and the back seats were right up against the front seats. Like that's how much he had like sunk the car in. Yeah, my legs would have been broke or something, or who knows, just wedged in there or something. So thankfully that happened. I remember I was eating cereal, so there was like milk and cereal like just everywhere all over the car. And I was like, Mom, what are we gonna do? And my mom was like, walk to school, I'll figure it out. And I was like, Mom, I just got in a car accident. And yeah, I ended up just like walking to school. She figured it out. And then we ended up, like going through like physical therapy and all this stuff. And
yeah, you needed that?
Yeah, you get a nice little check for it. Yeah, because I had like my back was hurting afterwards from the whiplash.
And that's where you met your wife? She works at a physical therapist office?
Yeah, I wish. No, this was middle school. This is before I even knew her. Yeah. But
well, I'm not mad that your milk was all over the place because you're milk first, so whatever.
And another one, I was driving in high school. I had like the last 6 months of my high school days. I finally was able to get a car. I was driving, and then I was exiting the parking lot of my high school, and some guy just decided to just like park right at the red zone, right where where all the cars are passing by. He decided to just like slam on his brakes and just stop there to pick up his kid or whatever. So in that moment, right as he stopped, I was gonna make that right to kind of follow him and just go down the street. And because he slammed on his brakes, and at that moment the light is about to turn red, so I was like, I'm gonna go with him. So I was kind of just going with him, and at the same time, a motorcycle had already started going. And so I'm like, I'm not going to hit this motorcycle. So I'm going to do whatever I can to. So, because when I was turning, he was going straight. Are you falling asleep again?
Yeah. My fault. You were saying?
And he was about to hit, and he was like going straight. So I just like swerved to get out of the way, and there was nowhere else to go. And then that car was just stopped there, and I just hit him right in the back. Dang. And my car was like, I had a 240 SX where like the little headlights go up, like a Nissan 240, and it kind of like dented all that. So the mechanism to like, it sucked. For my light to go up. But the guy, again, it was like a Hispanic dude that had like no papers. He was like driving around like an expired driver's license. So I kind of got him with that. And I was like, yo, like, you don't got a real license? Like, I do, but that one's in Palmdale. Like, I have my real one in Palmdale. I was like, you're driving around with your expired driver's license and your real one's at home? Like, there's no way. So I told him like, all right, like and I questioned him like to make him feel guilty about it. So then finally I had my dad call him back. My dad was visiting for like one of the random times that he actually wants to see me. He was visiting, and he was like, I'm gonna call him to like ask him. And so then he called him all pissed off, and the guy was like, no, it's okay, blah, blah, blah. And then yeah, he never like answered again. And so I didn't go through the insurance or whatever. I just had to get my car fixed. So even though it was my fault, I kind of got away with it because I didn't have a license and
ran into a paisa.
Yeah. Shout out paisas.
Hey man, they out here, man. If you hitting anybody, hit one of them.
Yeah.
You've been in a few accidents, man.
A couple of them.
Yeah. Have you guys been in any accidents? Please let us know. Tell us your stories. Have you ever been to prison or to jail? Please let us know. Yeah. You don't have to tell us what you did. Just let us know how the experience was. Do you have intrusive thoughts? Let us know. Yeah. Don't get too dark, but you can get as dark as you want. That's fine.
Yeah.
Hey, man, the other day you were telling me about that you had this story you wanted to share, and that it was like a super great story and had to do with somebody in Mexico.
Yeah, so I had Well, it was more I had read about the story.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had read about the story, and it was like it had gone viral, but I didn't know how if there was any truth to it. And they said there was certain things that were truth about it or true about it, but it happens a lot. And so I was like, huh. So I started researching it. Stop falling asleep, man. I'm gonna kick you out of this
No,
room.
I'm trying to think, man. I'm trying to process all your words, man.
So there was a group of friends that had gone out to Mexico for a vacation or whatever, and they went to like a bar or like a restaurant type place. And then one of the young girls that was with them, she was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna go to the bathroom to freshen up or whatever, you use the bathroom." So she went into the bathroom, and she never came back. And the friends were kind of like, "She's been in the bathroom for a while."
Yeah.
So they went to look for her in the bathroom, and they ended up finding out that the bathroom was empty.
Okay.
So now they're like, "Great, we're in a foreign country, and like." She's not here. Like, what do we like? How do you even go about this? So they were talking to the cops or whatever, and they're like, they went back to the hotel room to see if she showed up. Didn't show up. Like, night went by, nothing. Didn't hear back from her. Hitting her phone number, nothing. And they were like, it got to a point where they reported missing. They're calling the authorities in Mexico, and still nothing.
Yeah.
But they had to come back. Like, there was nothing else they could have done in that moment. It was like a couple of days or whatever. So they ended up like driving back, and they're like, forget it. Like we
Dang, they left her out there, bro.
Yeah, it wasn't like forget it, but it was like we need to come back and we'll just tell the family we'll drive back and see what's going on because it's been a couple of days. So they're driving back and they're at the border. The border takes like hours to get through.
Oh yeah.
So they're like stopped in one of the lanes in at the border, and they look across and they see another car. They see a car and she's like in the back seat, and it looks like she's like out of it. And they're like, "Oh, that's her." And so they're trying to like wave her down, and she's not moving. Like she's knocked out.
Yeah, I know where this is going.
And they were like, "What is going on?" And so then they finally they tell the border patrol like, "No, that's our friend. Like that looks exactly like her. Can we just confirm and make sure?" So they told them the whole backstory, and they're like, "Okay, fine. Like we'll make sure." So they're gonna go in and inspect the car, and it turns out that they had killed the girl and stuffed her with like drugs and stuff like that to bring across.
That happens all the time.
That
bro.
is insane.
That's crazy. So they found her and she was lifeless, with sewn up and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, they did that fast.
That's wild, huh?
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. The world's a dark place.
Yeah, it happens a lot.
I wonder.
It's so sad.
I didn't think about any of these things until I was like 25. I always say that about how I didn't have no awareness, right? But like the whole organ thing, like it's a real thing. People,
the black market.
like when
and
we
all
were
that.
kids, you remember when we would see on milk cartons like pictures of kids, missing kids or missing persons and stuff. Where do they all go, bro?
Right.
Like they don't just go on a trip and never come back. Like there's like a whole organization. That reminds me of that movie that came out not too long ago. I forgot what it's called.
Yeah.
Sound of Freedom?
Sounds of Freedom.
Yeah, it's a real thing.
That was a great movie.
Man, it's a dark world out here, guys. And it's so dark. Let me tell you a story.
Okay.
Hopefully I don't cry. No, I'm just playing. So I too read about a story, but it took place in a club. And it was two women. They were best friends. They went to a club to have a good time. One of them was dancing with a man all night. Mm-hmm. She started making out with this person, and her friend was just obviously there but watching, just like her hook up with this guy. And after they made out, they went their separate ways. Obviously, they exchanged contact information. Mm-hmm. And 3 days later, this girl had something. The girl who was making out with the man had something on her mouth, like a rash, like something was growing on her mouth.
Herpes.
Hold on. That's probably what she thought, right?
Yeah.
Herpes and mono something. And she went to the doctor, and the doctor said, "All right, we're gonna do an exam." Blah 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 blah. The doctor came back and said, "Ma'am, I just need you to stay here. I'll be right back. Please don't go anywhere." When he came back with the police. The police came in, and she got scared. She was like, "What's going on? Why are the police here?" Like, and the police said, "Look, we don't want to alarm you, but we need to know what you've done the past 4 or 5 days." Blah blah blah. And she said, "Well, I just was hanging out with friends, with family." She said, They said, "Did you meet anyone new?" And she said, "Well, I met this man, and we had a good time, and all we did was kiss and stuff." And they said, "Can you tell us where this man lives, or can we get his phone number and things like that?" And she said, "Why are you guys asking me this?"
Yeah,
it's because what you have on your lip is only found. It's a bacteria that grows, and it's only found in cannibalism. It's connected. It's connected to bacteria found in human flesh. Obviously, that tripped her out. And so they found out where this man lived, and they busted down the door, and there was dead bodies all over the place. Because he would kill people, girls at the clubs, and eat them. So she made out with a cannibal and had something growing on her lip. That's
wild.
Sick, huh? Don't be making out with nobody out there in public. You know.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah. Can you imagine how she must feel? Oh, you just kiss somebody that just eats humans for fun.
Technically, I guess you could say she kissed a lot of different humans.
Hey! Oh, you sicko.
I know. Too soon? This was a long time ago.
Oh, man. That's insane,
but yeah, the world's crazy, man.
Yeah.
The world's real crazy.
You never know.
Yeah, bro. Don't be kissing random people out here in these streets.
Yikes.
I have another question for you.
What is it?
Because when you were talking about high school stuff, I'll go back a little bit. It made me like reminisce really quickly. You thought I was falling asleep, but I was really thinking about my high school times. And I was just thinking, man, I worked at a lot of different jobs. Like,
what was your first job?
My first job?
Yeah.
We never talked about this?
No, I don't think we did.
Dude, my first job, because our generation was different. I started working at 15 and a half. Mm-hmm. Right? Nowadays, the kids don't want to work till they're 26, crazy. Right? But my first job was warehouse shoe sale. I had a work permit. And I remember I walked in.
You could get them at 15? I thought those were like at 16 or something.
I think I was 15 and a half. So by the time I started, maybe I was closer to 16.
That's a fire first job.
It was cool. It was my first job. And I think I probably had like legit 15 different jobs my lifetime.
Dang, that's crazy.
15, 17, something like that. I did a lot of like door-to-door sales.
Oh, me too.
You too?
Yeah.
There was a period of time where I was selling, I think it was Cutco knives. You would sell knives and they would give you commission.
That's
so
scary.
It was like commission based.
They're selling knives.
Yeah, but it's not. We weren't carrying the knives around. We were just like showing them like the. I think we had
like the packages.
We had like one sample of a set, and that was it.
Kind of like a book fair. You look at the books, you see which one you want, and then you order it, and then it gets there somewhere later.
Okay, smart Billy, book fair. You had book fairs at your school?
Yeah,
wow.
Boy. What are those called?
I don't know, but I just remember loving to circle books that I was gonna tell my mom to buy me. That she would never buy me.
She never buy me. Yeah. She was like, buy you like one like sticky toy. That was,
yeah, like Mom, I want the science kit. Yeah. No, you can get the Bernstein.
Yeah. Bernstein books. So how since that job was commission based, like they didn't pay you, and how was it? How did you do on it? Was it good? No, kind of dry.
Some family, really. Door to door, people didn't really want to buy it. I sold to family. I only worked there for like a month, and I was like over it because we would walking around in the heat. I'm like, I can't do this.
With like 10% of people answering the actual doors.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Now I know how the Jehovah's Witnesses must feel. You know, the only difference is they're probably talking about real things. Nice. But
that's crazy.
But and then I moved on to selling subscriptions for the daily news. So I would go and have people sign up and tell them, whatever that they would get a deliveries for 6 weeks or something.
Was that commission based?
No, it was hourly. That one was hourly. Nice. Probably because we weren't really like selling. I think it was just getting people to sign up kind of thing. And then the Daily News would probably send them things. Yeah. I didn't do that very long either because I almost got shot. First of all, I almost got shot a few times in my life. Right?
How are you always in the wrong place at the wrong time?
Stupid association.
But you're trying to work and you still almost got shot.
Yeah,
like,
but
what?
That one wasn't my fault. That at all. That was just the person was crazy, and we were in our Alita, just knocking door to door, and it was starting to get
that
dark,
explains it,
right? And the dude, I think it was like a partner, because it was like couples that would go, like not couples, like pairs at a time would go, and so me and a coworker had already finished knocking on the door, and we were about to leave. And our coworkers who were at the following door, this cholo came out and was like, "Get out of here!" Boom, boom, and we started booking it. We ran, and as we were running, we heard pop, pop. I think he shot in the air and stuff, and tried to just scare us all away. I think he really hated newspapers. He must have really hated newspapers. Yeah, maybe he just got beat with newspapers.
He just hated bad news.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, you're working on your dad jokes, huh? So anyway, those were just like a couple jobs. Door-to-door sales. What'd you do?
I sold vacuums.
Vacuums. Did you have to go into people's houses and be like, look, the
Legit.
suction is at 251 psi?
Legit, bro.
Yeah?
Like, yeah, it was I don't know if you ever heard of them. They're the Kirby vacuums. Did you ever hear of those?
I'm not sure.
They're like these big metal ones. They're like heavy duty, but they look super old school. They're not like the Sharks or whatever. They have Dysons nowadays. No, these are like super like heavy duty ones. But those things did everything. And so I was like, first of all, I should have known it was a red flag because I signed up on Craigslist. That's where I found this job. And they're like, you can make up to $1,500 a week, right? And I was like, oh, that's bang, bro. That's $3,000 every 2 weeks. That's $6,000 a month. You know what I could do with $6,000 a month, right? I'm just doing the math in my head. And I'm like, I could probably...
they lied to you, bro.
I mean, technically they did. And yeah, if you sold 30 vacuums a day, then yeah, you could make $1,500 a week, which is that's
if
everybody's...
you're a vacuum salesman genius, you can make $6,000.
Yeah, that's everybody's hook, right? Like, I mean, in general. So I was like, let me go give it a shot. Sure enough, it's like this like big like warehouse where they're in, and it's not their name on the front. It's just like they're leasing out like a empty warehouse or something. And then you go in, and then they're doing like a morning like a power like session where they're like sitting around, they're like lights going off, and they're like, all right, we're gonna get this day started. We gotta get pumped up, and they're talking to you about like how to be a salesman and how to just like go door to door and things like that. And then you go into like these white creeper vans with like 6 of you in there, and then they'll go to a certain neighborhood and they'll send you down the street, and they're like, all right, you're gonna go and you're gonna present this vacuum, blah blah blah, but you need to learn how to use it. So then they'll put you there, and then you're taking it apart, putting it together, doing stuff. And then like, it's crazy, even the strategies, right? Because they'll be like, instead of asking somebody like, oh, would you like me to clean a certain part of your house for you so you can see? Like, obviously people are going to be like, no, don't come in my house. But if you do like a whole like, do you have any dirty spots in your home? And they're like, I mean, yeah. They're like, let's take a look. And you have to like wipe your feet on their doormat to kind of make it feel more... Like, and that goes back to the same thing, right? Where they do little strategies where it's like you're indirectly telling them and then they kind of feel like they have no choice.
Yeah, you're not asking them, you're telling them indirectly, I'm going to come into your house. Right.
Yeah. So even those little things where it was kind of, they were teaching us to do that. And yeah, it was dry, man. It was, I mean, because when is somebody going to let you in their home to do a whole demo?
Really? You joined a cult, bro.
I did. And then some people would be like, yeah, I'm not going to buy this, but yeah, you can go ahead and do this little demo for me. Because they were telling you, like, if you do this
Why would you do the demo if they're not going to buy it from you?
Yeah, because the company will tell you, like, do these demos, and then maybe in the future, at least, you get I think they give you like a little stipend based on how many demos you did a day. So if you're able to get an appointment and get a demo, like, you look like a cool...
How do they know you did a demo?
Worker. Because you have to like log it in. There's like a leader in your little group that you have to tell him. You have to call him. Because there's a whole pitch. You talk to the customer and you're like, you know what, like these vacuums are this much. Let me talk to my manager, see if I can get it down for you. That's part of the pitch. And then you call the guy, and the guy's like, yeah, tell him the second price that we talked about. And so then you're like, okay, so he said he could do this.
It's like you're selling cars, bro.
Yeah, and then at certain different parts, you have to call the lead again, and you have to tell them, hey, they want an appointment at this time. You have to call the lead, and then he'll write it down and be like, all right, we'll come back. Like that. And it was always door to door, and it was like, hey, we can come back like at 4 o'clock, sound good? And I'll clean it. I'll get that spot clean for you.
Did you sell vacuums?
So a lot of people saw it as like a cleaning service, and I ended up selling like 2 vacuums the whole time I was.
How much for the vacuum?
I was there for like those vacuums are expensive. They're at least $1,500.
And what area were you selling them in?
I think it was like Thousand Oaks
that's why you sold them.
Or like Simi Valley.
Yeah, that's why you sold them. Yeah, man, they got money.
And one of them, it was like a rant, it had a huge front yard, and you had to literally drive into the house and like into the driveway or whatever. And then like I walked in, and then it was like it had like those doors that was like half and half. You know how it's like those, you open the top half and the bottom half opens, kind of like a barn type of door kind of thing. Yeah. And it was like that, and ended up they're like, oh yeah, come do the demo, like come clean this for me. I was like, okay, cool. So I'm in there and I'm cleaning. And I didn't realize that I didn't flick the actual solution in the vacuum on, because it stores some solution, the soap or whatever, and I didn't click it on. So I'm over here just like washing her carpet with just water. And I'm like, oh yeah, this is how it works and blah, blah. She's like, I don't see the spot going away. I was like, well, yeah, you just have to wait some time. And then she had like a little fiber in her carpet that was sticking out, and the vacuum caught it, and it ripped like a shred of her carpet like into the whole like
oh my goodness,
oh my,
bro.
like everything that could go wrong went wrong. And I ended up calling the leader, and I was like, you ought to get over here, come help me with this demo. They want the vacuum, blah blah, but this is happening. And the guy somehow ended up convincing the homeowner that your carpet's old. Like, look how it's tearing apart. Like, it's the vacuum. These vacuums are state of the art and blah, blah, blah. And he ended up seeing like, well, you didn't flick the switch on the solution, so let's do it for you. And he told the homeowner that I didn't flick the switch on the thing, so he kind of threw me under the bus.
Yep.
But he ended up selling it, and it goes under me because I was the one that kind of got
it. Goes under you?
Yeah, it goes because I was the one that got the call. Those leads don't do any of the appointments and the demos.
That's why you got to stick to the smart ones, man. You got to stick to the smart people.
Yep.
It'll pay off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Wow, that's dope, bro.
Yeah,
Can't believe you
man.
sold
But
vacuum.
I was only there for like 2-3 weeks, and then by the time I got my paycheck of that one vacuum or two vacuums that I sold, it was like $400.
Oh my god, I would have
And I
quit.
was like, for like 2.5 weeks worth of work, where I was going like 6 in the morning, I wasn't leaving until like 9 p.m. because they're like, you're there all day, you're making appointments all day, all night long. People are home after work at 5, so you got to be here till nighttime. I was putting in like 12 hours of work every
That's
day,
crazy.
and for like
That's
but I was
insane.
stupid kid, so I was kind of like, I didn't know any better. I was like, oh, this is what working must feel like.
How many jobs have you had in your entire life? You don't have to tell me all of them, but how many? If a number, bro, a number.
1, 2, 3, 4, maybe like 6.
6? Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, not a lot.
I worked with shoes. I sold knives. I did roofing. I did solar panel installation.
Oh, wow.
I did customer service, being on the phone, data management. Bro, I've done a lot of things, bro. A lot of different things.
You've been there, done that.
Yeah, you could probably name it. I've probably done it for a little bit at least. Warehouse work.
Fast food?
That's the only thing I've never done, bro. Fast food. And not because, I never.
You're overqualified. You had too much work experience because you had like 30 jobs. Yeah.
No, they don't hire me because I'll eat all their food.
Yeah.
Damn, okay. Hey, what jobs have you guys worked? Let us know. What's some weird jobs? I want to know some weird jobs. Like, what have you done that's like low key? Whoa.
What's your weirdest job?
Weirdest job?
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think I've had like a weird job. I guess if I had to talk about any shadiness, I don't even want to talk about it because they probably watch the podcast. Never mind. I'm not even gonna say. But I did used to do out of body work too. I used to work on cars and fix dents and do all that. But you thought we were done? We're not done.
Oh snap!
I'm gonna bring these back real quick. We don't have to do all of them. Maybe I'll just do one or two.
People are gonna be like, those dang purple cards.
Brought the cards back, but now it's the deeper, not the icebreaker, not the deep, but the deeper. I said I was going to do it. What is something you want to do together that we haven't done yet? What's something you want to do, bro, that we haven't done yet?
I haven't really thought about it, but...
Well, I know. That's why I'm asking you the question. You can think about it.
Maybe like...
Nah, just like...
I don't know, some bowling.
You want to go bowling?
I love bowling.
Damn, me too, man. Are you
really?
good?
I'm pretty good at it.
I'm pretty good, too. That'd be fun.
Boy.
Let's record it, put it on a pod or what?
Yeah, we'll go TikTok live.
Dang. All right, bowling session. We're going to set that up.
Do it.
All right. Who do you guys think will win in bowling?
Hey, there's something like that or some mini golf or...
Nah. We're going to stick to bowling now because it's going to happen.
Well, that too, but like I'm saying, like you're asking like stuff.
Oh, yeah? Batting cages? You don't like batting cages? You like mini golf more than batting cages?
Yeah.
Oh, you're old.
Like Top Golf, all that stuff.
Next question. If you could switch...
Wait, you didn't answer the question.
I didn't?
You just went off of what I want, but what have
Oh, I'm a nice guy, huh? Okay, let me talk about myself now.
It's talking about us.
What's something that I want to do that we haven't done? I would say, you know what's something maybe not necessarily us together, but in general that I'd like to do is pottery. I've always wanted to sit in the damn wheel and
me too.
And try and make
it looks so satisfying. I've never done it.
Me either. And I want to know if I'd be good at it too.
I think those are me too, but I think it would be one of those things that are like I'm sure they're harder than what they seem.
For sure. In our mind, we're like perfect, but
when everybody's gonna just
our hands will start cramping,
flying off.
Yeah, flying off exactly.
Yeah,
so maybe something like that.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Go on a trip or something. Next question: if you could switch genders for a day, what's the first thing you'd do? If you were a woman, what's the first thing you would do, bro?
In the world? There's nothing that a woman does that I'm like, man, if only I were a woman.
Yo, don't get upset, okay? Okay, guys, you guys do a lot of amazing things. There's a lot of things that honestly I wish that I could do that you do.
Yeah, but these are things that like a woman does that I just have too much respect for. That I'd be like, you know what?
Oh yeah, way to clean that up, baby. Yeah, bring that back.
I'm like, I'm not worthy, So even if I had to switch gender, my mind would probably still be the same. And I just respect women too much, where I can't.
Men stink and men drool and girls rule.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
there you go, guys. Like and comment.
Yeah.
No, seriously, if you were switch genders, what would you want to do?
I don't know.
I thought you would have said put on a dress or something.
What would you do?
Oh man, I'd go through the birthing process, bro.
What? You would want to go through the birthing process?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Why?
Because it's kind of incredible that they're the only ones that can do that in the entire existence.
Yeah, but it's also one of the world's like worst pains to go through.
But it's also one of the greatest gifts that God would ever give anybody. They get to grow a human being, bro. That's insane. And yeah, it's painful, but that's a bond and a connection that we will never understand. And after watching my wife go through it, yeah, it's scary. It's super scary. But it's also kind of like, whoa, oh my God, that's coming. Oh, that's so cool.
Nah, I don't think I would desire
and of course
to go through that pain.
What would you desire to go through as a woman?
I don't know.
Who is someone you admire and would want to trade places with for a day?
Has to be someone I know.
No. Anyone you admire. You don't have to admire people you know only.
If we're talking like celebrity status, where it's somebody that I admire because of the work ethic and all that, it's two people. Right away, The Rock and Kevin Hart.
Okay.
It's two complete different lifestyles, but their grind is unparalleled. Like
their lifestyles don't actually seem that different.
I mean,
they wake up 5 a.m. They work out. They're film A-list actors.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, as far as like, I was thinking more like on camera is more different. Like he's a comedian and he's more. I mean, he does a lot of comedic movies mostly, yeah. But he does more, action or whatever, all that stuff. Yeah,
just one's a midget and one's a raging
bull.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. But I've never seen somebody that does more work than The Rock. Like guys like The Rock. Like has his hands in everything. Like he's like co-owner of like part of like a football league of like WWE now, and he's like $7 Productions or whatever his company's called, and he started from nothing, and so now just have his hand in everything. He's a billionaire, like legit billionaire.
Both of them are actually.
Yeah, Kevin Hart is too.
Because he has his production company, he has his alcohol.
Yeah, they both have their alcohol companies. Man. Yeah, and they I feel like they brought themselves up. Just along the way with each other. Because Kevin Hart came out with his like alcohol brand after The Rock. And I'm sure he kind of, mentored him and like helped him find his own lane. And
that's code for Billy saying The Rock is better than Kevin Hart. The Rock is better than Kevin Hart, huh?
I don't know.
I
grew up with The Rock, so sure. I don't mind saying it.
Yeah, say it, man. Yeah, say it with your chest.
Yeah, but yeah, you're right. Kevin Hart is probably one of the funniest people I've ever seen.
Yeah, well, he's the most successful comedian probably of all time.
Yeah,
he's the biggest, most mainstream. He's probably a billionaire too. He's up there, man.
Yeah,
Films
I'm sure.
make a lot of money.
Yeah,
and he owns the production. So, okay, that's cool.
What about you?
I didn't expect that. Honestly, I didn't know what to expect. But I didn't expect that. That kind of threw me for a loop now. Someone I admired. I'd like to be in their shoes for a day. Maybe. No, I'm not gonna say that one. Bro, I was so focused on asking you that I didn't even think about mine. Barack Obama, when he was in office.
Okay.
Even though we're politically neutral, but I just want to know everything that goes on. I want to know all the secrets.
That's the only reason.
That's it. I want to be a metiche, bro. Let me know everything that's going on, and then I'll just leave.
But why do you admire him?
I don't. I just said that because of the secrets.
Well, in that case, it could be Donald Trump. It could be Joe Biden. It could be anybody else.
Any president. Nah, I'm just playing. Nah, but if I'm being serious, oh man, no, that's tough. I was gonna say maybe like a dying man. I want to know what that's like, which I'm gonna get there.
You want to know what dying is like?
I want to know what the feelings that they get in that process of knowing that they're so close.
You crazy, yo.
Nah, man. Why is that crazy?
You want to feel the feeling of the birthing process, which is one of the most painful things in the world. So, woman,
I know,
kudos to you. But now you want to feel like what it feels like to be dying?
Yeah.
That is weird.
You never been curious to know what it feels like?
Why would I want to? I could already imagine what it feels like.
It's not necessarily want to. It's just curious to what it feels like.
Just to know.
Yeah.
Just so you can be more relatable, like more empathetic to people like that? Or what is it?
Wow, that's an interesting place that you went in connection to me and empathy. I like that, man. There's probably some truth to that, actually.
You never know.
Maybe, yeah, man. That might be it. I just think that, life has a limited amount of experiences, and those are some that we'll only experience once and never really be able to People won't relate to that, actually. To those things, yeah. I don't know. I'd have to think about that one a little more. We're not crazy. We're just weird. If your friends and acquaintances were willing to bluntly and honestly tell you what they really thought of you, would you want them to?
Sure.
Why? Because you think it'll be all positive?
No, because it'd probably be hard for me to be offended or insulted by it. Because for the most part, I can kind of tell or know what they're gonna say about me.
You're sensitive though.
Nah,
you are. Yeah, you come off like you're not, but you are.
Nah, I'm not sensitive.
I'll show the pod one day. You're sensitive.
Nah, when it comes to that stuff, I don't know why. I don't see why I would need to be sensitive. Like if that's what you think about me, hey, cool, good for you, man. Like, hey, I believe you.
Okay, Billy. Well, I would also.
Why would you say I'm sensitive?
See that? You guys see
that?
God,
I'm just asking a question.
He's already
My
there.
goodness.
And he's like, why am I sensitive?
See? Gaslighting right there.
Sensitive right there.
Gaslighting.
Gaslighting.
Yeah, it is.
Gaslighting is saying you're crazy just so that you could think you're crazy so I could be right.
Exactly. You're trying to say use my just me asking the question to be like, see that's sensitive. I'm just asking a question. Why would you say I'm sensitive?
But if you were insensitive, you would need to ask, why do I think you're sensitive?
I'm just curious.
Yeah,
what about me makes me come off as sensitive? Or are you saying more for that kind of question, or sensitive in general?
Can you repeat that question again?
Not even paying attention anymore because you're gaslighting me to the audiences, to the masses, to the millions of people watching this right now.
We're both sensitive, Billy. I'm sensitive too. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, nothing will get to me. There's things that probably would get to me.
No, I didn't say it wouldn't get to me. Like, sure. I mean, certain things, if they're said the certain way, yeah, they're going to get to you. But that's not being sensitive. That's just being normal. Like, yeah, sure, people are going to offend. People are going to hurt your feelings if they say things a certain way. But I'm saying if somebody, like, straight up, if I was like, hey, tell me how I am. And they tell me, I'll be like, huh, okay. Like, I'll be more.
It wouldn't bother you.
No, because, I mean, everybody has their own opinion. I'm not going to be upset because somebody thinks a certain way about me.
I can't wait till you watch this back because you just said the two opposite things.
What?
You were like, yeah, man, nah, it wouldn't get to me. Boom, boom. You're like, well, no, obviously, like there are things that will bother me because
but I'm saying like in general when people are just straight up telling you off, then obviously people are gonna put defenses up. Like it's normal. You're a human being. If somebody tells you something that's not cool, like, yeah, in a certain way, in a certain tone, sure. You got to defend yourself, right? A certain way.
No, but we're talking about friends.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It wouldn't offend me because if it's friends just genuinely telling you how you feel or what they think about you, whatever, I'd be like, okay, I got to respect your opinion because I can't tell you you're wrong because of what you're thinking. That's what you think.
I definitely would tell them they're wrong.
Really?
Yeah. Wait, just because you think it don't mean it's true?
Yeah, but that's what they think about you. It's not necessarily true, but you're saying if they told you their opinion about you, right? That's what the question was. Or what does the question say?
Let's read it again. If your friends and acquaintances were willing to bluntly and honestly tell you what they really thought of you, would you want them to?
Exactly. The word thought makes it an opinion.
This is what you want them to. And you said yes. And I said, why would you want them to bluntly and honestly tell you what they think of you?
And I said, because why not? They're my friends. If I would be curious to know what they really thought about me.
There it is.
It's an opinion.
All right. Well, on that note, I got something I got to say.
What?
Nah, I lied. I actually don't have anything to say. I was hoping something would pop up to like get spicy. Did you choose a side? Did y'all choose a side? Nah, it's all good, man. But yeah, that's cool. Of course, man. We got to accept our friends' opinions, even if they're wrong.
So even if it was a thought, you would just be like, tell them if they're wrong?
Yeah, I would tell them if I don't agree with them. Like if someone says, Mike, you always hurt people's feelings, I would be like, that is a lie. You are lying. I don't know where you got that from. That's not true. I know for a fact it's not true. Because I try so hard not to hurt people's feelings. Except for Billy's.
Yeah. You hurt my feelings all the time.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, just because people think it don't mean that it's true. So I would bluntly and honestly give them my response back.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's why I guess the word thought goes into that, right? It's whatever they think.
Like right now, I was like, you're sensitive. True. And you said, no, I'm not. We literally I expressed.
Yeah.
We just lived the example of the response to this.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's okay. You are sensitive.
Síguele.
Just accept it, bro.
Nah.
The day that you sit down,
I like how you just talk.
I am a little sensitive.
I like how you just.
There you go. You're not as cold and strong as you think you are.
I've never said like I'm not sensitive. I'm just like I don't think I'm in
I'm gonna
general,
play this back. Then we're gonna go back 4 minutes. I'm just gonna put it in the video.
Yeah, I said I don't think I'm sensitive, and I'm like
you're sensitive though.
Nah,
you are. Yeah, you come off like you're not, but you are.
Nah, I'm not sensitive.
I'll show the pod one day.
I don't think I'm a sensitive person. Like in general, like I don't think I'm sensitive. But yeah, if there's certain topics that I'm gonna be like, oh, my feelings about, I'm gonna be like, I have my moments.
No, you don't get in your feelings, Billy.
Yeah, I do. I have my moments. See, don't try to make me out to be this cold hearted dude. Oh man, they're in there somewhere. You just hate to believe it.
You just indirectly agreed that they're in there somewhere, which means that they're difficult to find.
Yeah.
All right. So when I tell you, what I tell you, don't disagree with me.
I don't disagree.
No, I'm just playing. All right. Oh, that's probably gonna get cut. We're just tired. It's fine, man. Go ahead and take us out, dog. Because I'm hungry.
Take us out, huh? Well, man, this has been a fun episode, man. Kind of get into it, the different random topics of life, and this is kind of like us in a nutshell. We'll just be bouncing around from 10 different topics, but appreciate you once again, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please go ahead and like, follow, subscribe, comment. We reply to every single comment on our YouTube videos. We try to reply to every single comment on our TikTok and our Instagram. So go ahead and drop a like, drop a subscribe, and comment down below. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
Like and subscribe.